everyone, it's Friday night, the 28th of October, and the autumn break has started for me. So next week there is no school, which means I don't have to go to work. So that means I have a little more time to read, and because I have a little more time to read, I decided to join the little spooky readathon Gabby Reads is hosting together with Olivia Reads a Latte. So the name is Weekendween Monster Mash, and there are 4 prompts, and the readathon starts today and it goes on until Monday, so you have 4 days in total to finish the prompts and to do the reading. So yeah, the prompts are, and I'm going to check that I'm saying the right things. So the first thing is let a coin toss decide your first read. I already did that, and I did a coin toss. I let my brother and mother choose heads or tails, and it landed on heads. So, and my brother had picked heads, so no. It's the other way around. It landed on tails, which in Dutch is munt. So it landed on munt and my brother picked munt. So I sent him 3 options to choose from. So the first book I sent to him, because he's not at home right now and he needs to pick because I want to start, is a manga. So the name is Monster, and it's this little manga that he can choose. And then I have a physical copy of the Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix, so he can pick this. And then I have an audiobook that he can pick. Let me search, I'm so bad with names. I sent him the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, so he can also pick that one. And he hasn't responded yet, so I don't know what he's going to pick, so I have to wait a little more. Then the next prompt is read a book with a monster in it or a monster on the cover, and this book or this manga could fit that perfectly. So it has monster as the title, so yeah, we'll see. And then listen to a spooky audiobook or read a horror graphic novel or manga. So also this book can be perfect for that prompt, and also the spooky audiobook I sent to my brother. So yeah. And then the last prompt is read a book in the dark or at night. I don't know how or when I'm going to do that one, but yeah. So basically, if he picks this one, I will already have checked off 3 of the 4 prompts. So yeah, we'll see what he picks. Hi, so it's a little later in the evening and my brother responded to my text, and actually without knowing the prompts he chose really good. So he chose the monster manga, which means by reading this one I can check off the read a book with monster in the title and read a manga. So, and I also checked off I checked off the coin toss, so after this I only have to read a book in the dark. Okay, so actually I decided to leave the light out and just read this one with the candle beside me, so I think that counts as reading in the dark. I don't know. Okay, so a little update. I'm currently reading chapter 2. So far, a lot has happened. Things I don't agree on. Some things said, wow, like I'm just stunned by how some people in this book, in this manga, excuse me, think. Like, it's insane. But yeah, so one thing I want to say to people who have never read a manga before, someone like me, so you have to start at the back, obviously, I was aware of that, and you have to read from right to left on the pages, but I forgot that on the page you also have to read from the right to the left. So you start with the picture and the text on the right and you read to the left. So yeah, it was really confusing in my mind, and so in the beginning I started reading on the right page, but I started reading the left drawing with the text, and some things just didn't make sense, and I thought, huh, what are they saying? And then I understood my error, and I was like, oh yeah, but I have to read from right to the left, so I probably have to read the pictures also from the right to the left. Makes sense, but yeah, not for me apparently, so be aware of that when you first read a manga. I'm so stupid. I just found the whole instruction at the end of the book on how to read this book. Okay, so I made it to chapter 4. I finished it and I'm going to stop reading now because my mom is going to watch some television. I'm halfway through the manga, so I can finish it tomorrow. And right now I'm going to eat some dessert my mom made. Thank you!
You're welcome.
Thank you! Hi, good morning. It's Saturday morning and I'm going to start my day by finishing monster manga. Done. I just finished the monster manga. I don't know how many stars I will rate it. I really liked it, but I just don't know yet. I need to think about it. So yeah, for those of you who don't know what this is about, so the monster manga by Naoki Urasama is about a doctor, Kenzo Tenma, who one day decides to ignore his chef and the things he has to do, so he saves a young boy, instead of the mayor of the town. And yeah, after that things start happening and people start dying, people get killed, and yeah, it's basically the story about that and how they are trying to solve who did it, and yeah, what happens to the doctor. Right now I actually have finished all the prompts, so I let a coin toss decide which book I should read. I read a book with monster title, I read a manga, and I read in the dark. So I have done everything, but it's still a Saturday morning, so I can read more in these prompts, and I can maybe start an audiobook, a scary audiobook, read some more in the dark. I don't know. We'll see. I am now on my way to the library because I'm going to return some books, and I'm going to pick up the next volumes of the monster manga. I'm back from the library and I brought with me 3 books. The next 3 volumes for the monster manga. So volume 2, 3 and 4 I brought with me. And then I also brought with me A Girl is a Whole-Formed Thing by Amir, I don't know, McBride. Yeah, I don't know when or if I'll read this before I have to return it, but we'll see. So while I was at the library, I already read the first chapter of Monster Volume 2, and so far I'm a little confused. There is a lot of different people, a lot of different new people, and a lot is happening. It's confusing, so I'm excited to read some more, because then I will hopefully can have some more structure in my head from who is who and what is happening. Okay, so I now finished chapter 2. Yeah, it is starting to make more sense to me now, and I'm really interested in the story and what is going to happen. By the way, the reason I'm sitting outside is because it is really hot for this time of the year. It's actually not that normal, like it's 23 degrees Celsius outside at the end of October. That's really bad. I'm walking, and while I'm walking I'm finishing the audiobook for Local Woman Missing. I have about 40 minutes left, so I'm going to walk till the audiobook is done, so I can check that off my list as well. I'm really enjoying it right now, and I hope it has a good ending. Alright, I'm back home and I finished the audiobook for Local Woman Missing by Mary Kubeka, and I gave it 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It's a story about a woman who goes missing, and then not late after that another woman and her 6-year-old daughter also go missing, and it's the story about what has happened to them, and you get multiple POVs. I really liked it, so yeah, 5 stars. I definitely recommend that one. And I think for my next book I'm going to listen to the audiobook that my brother didn't pick yesterday. Hi, so it's Sunday noon right now, and let me take this off. I've started listening to the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I can never remember the title, it's so long. So the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix, and I'm currently on 1 hour and 7 minutes, chapter 8. I'm listening to it in 1.75 times speed, so when you listen to it in just normal speed, it's about 13 hours, the audiobook, but because I listen to it sped up, it's about 7-8 hours in total, so I am now at 1 hour and I'm enjoying it. So far I know it's about a book club, and something has happened right now, something really weird, where I think people are acting like it's just a normal thing. It's like really weird. So if that would happen to me, I would be freaked out. I'm really curious how it's going to progress. While I listened to it, I did some chores, and I also drew my setup for this week in my bullet journal. So now, because it's noon, I'm going to eat, so I'm going to stop listening to the audiobook and I'm going to eat my lunch, and then I'll see what I'll do. I don't know yet. I'm ready to go on a walk again, so while I'm on my walk, I will listen some more to the audiobook and I will enjoy the autumn sun on my skin. Okay, I'm currently sitting in my car because I'm going to my grandmother's house. And while I'm driving there, I'm going to listen some more to the audiobook. I'm right now going to start chapter 12, and I have listened to it for about two hours. So, yeah, let's go. I'm also bringing the monster manga because that I can read when I'm at my grandmother's house. Okay, I'm back in my car. I'm going to leave my grandmother's house right now. I read some more of the monster manga and I have only one chapter left, so I will finish it tonight. You can see it's currently dark outside already. It's only 6 o'clock at night. Yeah, that's because the night we had, the hour turned from 3 to 2 again, so we I think it's called daylight savings in English. I don't know, we call it winteruur, so the winter hour. Yeah, so I'm going to go home right now. I'm going to listen to the audiobook on my way home, and then tonight I will finish Monster Manga Volume 2, and yeah, that's the plan. Okay, I'm back home, and as you can see, I put the lights out, I put the candle on, so now I can read the last chapter of Monster Volume 2 in the dark. Sunny. Karma is a cat, purring in my lap, loves me. Okay, so I now finished volume 2, so I can immediately start with volume 3 because I brought that with me from the library yesterday. So I'm very happy about it because I really like the story and I'm really interested in what is going to happen with the doctor and everyone else involved in the story. So yeah, I'm invested. Okay, so it's Monday the 31st of October, so Halloween night, and I'm walking a little round around my block. I haven't filmed much today, but I've listened a lot to the book, the Southern Book Club's Guide. I can't remember the title, the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires or something. Yeah. I have 3 hours left, and I also read some more of the monster manga. I have 2 chapters left of monster manga volume 3. I carved pumpkins with my brother, and yeah, now I'm on a little walk, and I don't know, it's the last evening of the Monster Mesh readathon, and I finished all the prompts, so I'm going to try to finish the monster manga and this audiobook, but I'll see, because it's 3 hours that I still have to listen, and I don't know if I can manage that today, but I'll see. Yoo-hoo!
Eén oogje. Kom hier eens even staan.
Yes.
Is het goed?
So we put lights in our carved pumpkins. Yes, this one is mine, this one is my brother's, and then we have another that we made together. So we have 3 pumpkins at our door. I love it. Okay, it's evening right now and I have sped up again with my audiobook. It's now at 2.3 times speed and I have 44 minutes left if I keep listening to it at this speed. But before I'm going to do that, I'm going to do some reading in the dark and I'm going to read the last 2 chapters in the Monster manga volume 3. So yeah, let's go. Hello, good morning. It's the next morning and I'm here to wrap up this video. At the end of this readathon, I have read 3 mangas, so Monster Volume 1, 2 and 3. I finished Local Woman Missing and I listened to the whole audiobook for the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I finally remember the title. So the monster mangas, I think it is difficult to give a rating for a manga because it's such a fast story and yeah, I don't know. I would give it in whole, like the 3 mangas together, I would give 5 stars. I'm really enjoying it and I'm looking forward to reading the rest of them. Then Local Woman Missing, I gave 5 stars. I really enjoyed the story and I would recommend it to everybody. And then the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, I just was not that into the story and yeah, because it was an audiobook and I was doing a lot of different things at the same time while listening to it. Yeah, it's just some of the story went over my head and I was listening to it, but I was also not listening to it, if you understand. So most of the time I can listen to an audiobook and do different things at the same time and be invested in the story. But this time I just couldn't care about the story, I guess, and that's why I was more interested in the things I was doing besides listening to the audio, and it was just playing in the background. So if you would ask me right now what it is about or what is happening, I can give you some keywords and I can tell you what happened in like big lines, but not the details because I was really not that invested in the story. So I would give it 3 stars. Because I just don't know and I don't want to lower the ratings or give it really high ratings on Goodreads. I don't know, I'm just gonna give it an average 3 stars and maybe I will reread it when I'm just focusing on it, or maybe read the physical copy. I don't know what it was with this story, but yeah, I don't know, maybe it just wasn't for me. I have no idea. But with that being said, this video or this readathon has come to an end, so I want to thank you for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!